So if you've ever seen a t-shirt worn properly, it is right now, and that is Charlie Vincent, the man behind Spur Impact, along there with Jen, making this all happen. Charlie, it's perfect fit, by the way. I have to say, here, get right in there.
It goes well with the collared shirt.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's slightly see-through, so I like to see the checker line thing happening through the shirt. That's perfect. Yeah. No fashion faux pas happening here at all.
This could be the new fashion.
We're starting trends. That's what we're doing. Do Mark 24 is all about starting trends, which is a trend of giving, a trend of philanthropy, or that's a word for you. Philanthropy is the word I was going for. You know, you take philanthropic and philanthropy and all those other ones that are similar to that, and you put them together. That's what happens.
Right.
I did have to do a script the other day, and it was like they had 3 of them in a row. I was like, that's just mean. It's just mean. But what's not mean is donating on domore24delaware.org. Keep adding to that total. What do you think about that first hit? Like almost $125,000 in the first 15 minutes, basically.
No, that's great. It is amazing to see donations coming in from around the world. The site will update every 10 minutes or so, so you just got to keep refreshing it. But the donations are coming in. The nonprofits are already winning prizes.
Ooh, prizes! So, we like prizes. Yeah. Charlie, we have prizes.
Yeah. Well, so
not yet, but they're happening.
I'll say that in a second. But Shelly says, please tell Chris that she did not dress me today. So,
okay, fair enough.
Some reality.
No one is taking credit for Charlie's outfit other than Charlie. Is basically what's happening here, and that's okay, because when the trend hits, it's a go big or go home moment here.
I've never ever seen a live disclaimer. That's fantastic.
Well, that has to do with nobody's been around the law business ever, right? Okay,
well, first, certainly, I want to take a moment and thank the whole team at United Way at Delaware.
Absolutely.
Certainly they're a great partner in all this. It wouldn't be possible without them, and obviously with their board and the support of Michelle Taylor, who you'll hear from later on. And certainly I want to thank the Spur Impact board as well. I know a lot of them are watching as well, and certainly this wouldn't be possible with all our sponsors. We'll be announcing them throughout the day, but I definitely want to thank start at the top with our biggest sponsors, the Stretch Pool sponsors, with Longwood Foundation, Welfare Foundation, Laffey McHugh Foundation, Delaware Community Foundation. We'll hear from Stu Comstock-Gay in a few minutes.
Absolutely.
And
we see Stu chomping at the bit, ready to get in there. So he's like, Charlie, enough about your T-shirt already.
I know. That's exactly what he would say too. So he just stole your thunder. But this hour, so I definitely want to give a shout out also to Barclays, who's the sponsor of this hour. The Greater Giving Barclays Power Hour is right now. We've already got, I think it might already actually be filled by now, but I can rattle off a few of the winners. They're updating on their pages. They already have a badge. So certainly thank you to Barclays and their team. I know we'll hear from a lot of them over the course of the day, as well as Discover Bank, Chemours, and Carl M. Freeman Foundation. We'll hear from representatives for all these companies later on. There are philanthropic champions this year, and certainly a lot of these prizes wouldn't be possible without their support. So thank you to all of our sponsors. And again, certainly thank you to Chris who's going to be up here for the next 24 hours. And to Mark. And
so we have there's another pool happening, and you guys can all come in on this. So I've started the broadcast with bags under my eyes. So we're going to see how big they can get by the end of it. So that's the thing. So we can figure that out. You guys can work it out. Get that out there. But we're excited.
So, Chris will make some of these announcements in a bit, but just a quick, while I've got my phone in front of me. So the Barclays Power Hour, the Greater Giving prizes, it's really a contest to get to the first 25 donations. So we got 500 nonprofits competing to win this. I think it's already been filled up, I would guess by now, but at least in my list, and I'll get an official list out here after a while. But I think Everett Theater was the first nonprofit to win one of the Greater Giving Barclays prizes, and that's an extra $500 bonus for them. But we'll get that updated later on. I know the Candlelight Theater, Howard J. Weston, I think was another. Delaware Contemporary, I think they've already raised $10,000.
Wow,
they had their goal in the first 10 minutes, so they should
awesome.
Keep donating to them. First Aid Montessori, Pause for People, Newark Arts Alliance, Read Aloud Delaware, and then the others that have now scrolled past my phone. But there's a whole phone of prizes. The official list, but certainly donations coming. Why don't you give a quick update, and then we can bring Stu on.
Yeah, no worries. And again, this is the Greater Giving opening prize by Barclays. This is the Power Hour that we're currently in. All those prizes that were inside of Charlie's phone, and that he
Well, they're on the
graciously-
website too.
Oh, they're not just in Charlie's phone. That is good to know. And they will be going to those that are getting them, which is also really cool. So let's get Stu in here. I think it's time for Stu. So let's do it. Let's Stu no longer on it and just add him to the stream. How's it going?
I'm doing great. It's exciting to hear what's happening already. I'm looking at the website. My golly, it's a very exciting day. And you were saying this is about philanthropy and philanthropic, but when you put them together, you have love and giving, right? That's what it really is.
I thought it was when you put it together. It's what do you got? Bibbidi bobbidi boo, isn't that? How it goes? Something like that. Anyway, that might be something else. But the point is, we are making all of this happen. Is the collective us is what it's about, right? Yeah. It's not one person by themselves. It's not one organization. This is a huge communal effort, and that's what I love about it. 500 plus nonprofits. I mean, it's like if you were to ask somebody, how many nonprofits do you think there are in the state of Delaware? I don't know if people would come to that number.
I don't think there's a consensus number yet, but
there's not a consensus, but there aren't more than 1,000 active.
And so the
500 is pretty good.
It's an amazing number is really what I was getting at. I know Charlie's got his eyes set on more, which that's just how they work, right? So like, get them all. Let's do it. Everybody's in. And we're here to support. So Charlie, thank you. If you need help getting out of that t-shirt, let us know. We have some scissors in the back, although we want to be careful. It's a beautiful shirt. We don't want to ruin it. But
I will probably be back on with this shirt later on.
Okay, fantastic. So that's something you have to look forward to at home.
I cannot wait.
I just talk about a treat. Thanks a lot, Charlie.
Yeah. Well, again, thank you everybody for your support. Thank you, Stu. Good seeing you. And
good to see you, Charlie.
All right.
I will be back on later on.
Sounds good. Thanks, Charlie. Good work.
All right.
Man, nobody's worn it better. And Stu, good to see you. How you been?
I've been great. I'm actually on vacation, but this is important enough. I wanted to call in. So my friends and family are down having dinner right now, and I got to go walk over to the restaurant in a few minutes. But I wanted to get in early so I could say a few words.
Well, that is awesome. And so we appreciate that. And when you do eat dinner, if you could enjoy it for me, because this is not a 24 hours in which I just sort of like I'm a nibble and sip my way through it kind of thing. So I love food, and I love that you're going out with friends. That's amazing.
It is.
And if we could join you, we would. But vicariously, I will live through you, and I appreciate that.
That's all right. That's all right. First vacation in a long time. But yeah, this is so great. And you were talking about all kinds of gifts. And part of what I love about this is it emphasizes all gifts. It emphasizes everybody being part of this thing. And that we've seen in America a reduction in the number of people who give to charitable organizations. And that's a real disturbing thing. We need everybody to be giving. We need everybody to own a piece of these organizations and say, I believe these organizations are good for us. And I think Do More 24 is just really doing a bang up job and bringing in a lot of people. And boy, the growth, I mean, I'm sure you've talked about it. We'll talk about it. The growth last year to $2 million, over two.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And let's go for 4 this year.
We're going for definitely breaking the record that we set last year for sure. Yeah. I know that, the low range goal that we're aiming at is the $2 million mark, and we want to see ourselves cross that. We're clearly going to shoot for higher that. If we can get there, let's do it. But either way, you're right. From where we started to where we are, it's amazing to see that growth. And it's something that we're obviously just feeling forward and seeing how far we can push it. And it wouldn't happen without folks like yourselves and everybody else. And it's just really cool to see that happen. And that's what I love about it.
Well, really, we just view ourselves as kind of vessels for people's charitable instincts. And so if we can do a little bit to get more people to give, more power to the people who give. And the celebration is about 11,000 donors last year. I'd like to increase that number too. It's all these people who say, I'm stepping up and doing something for the organization I care about. And I also want to acknowledge, I'm looking at my email.
We got Stu just froze up there for a second, but you're back.
Okay.
You're good.
I would say the other thing is the nonprofits are really taking it seriously. I've been following my Twitter and I look at my email. I've received a couple dozen emails since 6 o'clock, people saying, okay, it started, whether it's Reach Riverside or Teen Sharp or the Delaware Contemporary, but people are taking it seriously, doing the right thing and getting excitement going. So more power to everybody involved with this.
Yeah, no question about it. And we will be talking about their missions, their stories, and all the things that drive them forward. It's going to be an amazing thing. And it looks like, Stu, I don't know if you're frozen again, but we might have lost you, but that's okay. We're keeping things rolling. And to talk about these missions is what drives me. And we have countless interviews lined up, 5-minute little increments that we're going to be kind of peppering our way through this 24-hour campaign to just get lost in, to share, to showcase, and to inspire all of us to just take action and to do more, because that's what it's about, right? Do more, 24 Delaware. And with those totals rising, let's take a look again. I'm going to refresh my page. I know we were up to, it looks like, let me just give you a quick look at it. We are at, oh, Stu might be back. Stu, are you there? Okay, we're going to get him back in here. There he is.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know.
It happens. No worries.
I think I froze on yours. I'm down in Florida somewhere. So, yeah, the numbers are great. And the nonprofits are taking it seriously. And it's a fun thing. It's a fun way to remind folks who might have forgotten. You know, the instincts are great. And we saw the generosity through COVID. And that kind of generosity we need to see all the time. And you're seeing generosity around Ukraine right now, of course. Which
oh, my goodness.
tragic.
I mean, and that's just such a thing. And, you know, we can't obviously ignore that. But there are so many people in our state, in our communities, in our home that are also dealing with so many things as well, right? And that's just the nature of the world, unfortunately, you know. But what we can do is our part, and we can support one another, push through, lift each other up, and that's what it's really all about. And I'm excited to see these numbers continue to rise. I'm excited to see those states fill in on the map and to get the reports. I know Charlie's going to be telling me that we've got, oh, this country donated, this happened, and that's really, really cool to see. It's a global event at the end of the day, really, and it's all for our state.
And amen. And I do think even in our small state, in our country, people doubling down on civil society through these 24 hours is kind of a message to the Putins of the world who want to make something different. Say, no, we're all in for our communities, and we're going to be active and involved in our community in the same way that Ukraine citizens have been. Right. Trying to be active in the face of something awful. But so these things are important. Yeah,
no question about it. And, you know, so real quick, just to, you know, divert, what time is dinner ultimately? I mean, how long? I know I don't have you too long. I just don't want to abuse you. I don't want you to be late for the appetizers.
They're already holding the seats. I just have to join them. So they may have ordered for me for all I know.
Well, that's okay. That'd be a great thing, right? I mean, I'm like chef's choice. As long as it's on the table, I'm happy, right? That's all that matters.
That's right.
Well, Stu, it's good to see you. If you want to stop back in at some point, let us know. You're always welcome, of course.
Well, great. And, well, you know, tomorrow when you got the heavy bags under your eyes, you know, I'll be checking it out.
Well, I need somebody to point and laugh at me at that point, and that's okay, because that's how we get through it.
Right on.
Well,
great. Good luck. I'll be watching, and let's hit great numbers.
Absolutely. You know what? We have no other choice. Let's do it.
Right on.
I appreciate it. Take care, Stu. We'll talk soon.
All right.
We'll see you.